Hello and welcome back. In our last session, we learned how to tell the AI who to be by using the persona pattern. Today, we're going to take the next critical step and learn how to teach the AI what to do. We'll be covering a technique called few-shot prompting, which allows us to move from getting generic answers to precisely controlling the AI's output to automate professional tasks. Here is our agenda for today. We'll begin with a quick recap of the persona pattern and then introduce the new challenge that it presents. We'll identify the problem of getting correct but unusable answers from the AI. Our solution will be few-shot prompting. We'll define what it is, why it works, and discuss the differences between 0, 1, and few-shot approaches. We'll then walk through a core application for accountants using this technique for creating perfectly formatted journal entries. After that, you'll have a chance to practice this yourself in an interactive activity involving transaction classification. We'll wrap up with some best practices and our key takeaways. In our last session, we learned about the power of the persona pattern. By telling the AI to act as a specific expert, like a senior tax accountant, we can focus it on the correct tone, vocabulary, and context for our professional needs. But a new problem quickly emerges. Even an expert can present information in many different ways. How do we control the specific format and style of the AI's output? This brings us to the problem of a lack of structure. Let's say we give the AI a prompt with a good persona, act as a staff accountant. Record the journal entry for the purchase of $5,000 of office supplies on account. Now, if you had tried this with an older AI model, or if you ask it to perform a less common task, you might get a paragraph as a response. The accounting would be correct, but the format would be unusable for any practical purpose. Interestingly, if you try this exact prompt in an advanced model today, it might actually produce a well-formatted journal entry. So, does this mean we don't need to worry about formatting anymore? No, and this is a critical point for you as future managers. While the models are getting better at guessing the format for common tasks, they have no idea about your specific needs. What if your accounting software requires a specific CSV format with exact column headers? What if your internal management report requires a summary in a very specific 3-sentence structure? The principle is this: relying on the AI to guess your desired format is a gamble. The few-shot pattern, which we are about to learn, removes that guesswork and gives you precise control. It ensures always structured exactly as you need it, every single time, turning the AI from a helpful assistant into a reliable production tool. The solution to this formatting problem is a technique called few-shot prompting. The core idea is simple: show, don't just tell. Few-shot prompting is a technique where you provide the AI with one or more examples, which we call shots, of the task you want it to perform. By showing it these examples, you are effectively teaching it the exact format, structure, and style that you require for the output. This works so well because large language models are excellent pattern matchers. When you provide clear examples, the AI learns the underlying pattern and then applies that same pattern to the new information you give it. This dramatically reduces the need for you to write out lengthy, complex instructions about formatting. There are three main approaches to providing examples in your prompts. The first is zero-shot, where you provide no examples at all. This is what we did in our first attempt, and it relies entirely on the AI's pre-existing knowledge. This is best for simple or creative tasks. The second is one-shot, where you provide a single example. This can be very effective for simple formatting tasks where the desired output is unambiguous. The third and most robust method is few-shot, where you provide two or more examples. This is the best approach for more complex formats or nuanced tasks, or any time you need to ensure absolute consistency in the output. For most professional accounting tasks, the few-shot method is the one you will want to use. Let's fix our earlier prompt and see the few-shot pattern in action. We start with our persona. Act as a staff accountant creating journal entries. Then, we clearly state, here are some examples. We provide our first example for purchasing office supplies, showing the exact format we want. We then provide a second example for receiving a cash payment. We use a clear separator, in this case 3 dashes, to signal that the examples are finished. Finally, we give the AI its new task. Now, create the journal entry for the following transaction. Paid $2,500 in employee salaries with cash. By providing these examples, the AI will now follow the pattern precisely and give us a perfectly formatted journal entry that is ready for use. Now it's your turn to practice. Let's imagine you are a junior accountant and you've been tasked with reviewing a credit card statement and classifying each transaction into one of 4 categories: travel, office supplies, meals and entertainment, or software. You want to use an AI to speed up this process. Your task is to work in your groups and craft a few-shot prompt that will correctly classify a new list of transactions. Be sure to provide at least 2 clear examples to teach the AI the format you want it to follow. Your new data to classify will be United Airlines Flight 451, Staples.com, quote, and the Capitol Grill. As you build your own few-shot prompts, keep these best practices in mind. First, quality over quantity. 2 or 3 high-quality, clear examples are almost always better than 10 confusing ones. Second, be consistent. Ensure the format and structure of your examples are identical, because the AI will replicate your structure precisely. Third, if you know there's a tricky or unusual scenario, it's a good idea to cover that edge case in your examples. And finally, always use clear separators like 3 dashes or hashtags to clearly separate your examples from your final instruction. Let's summarize what we've learned today. The persona pattern tells the AI who to be. The few-shot pattern, which we learned today, shows the AI what you want the output to look like. By providing 1 to 3 clear examples by showing, not just telling, you can guide the AI to produce responses in a specific format, structure, and style. This technique is incredibly powerful for automating repetitive accounting tasks like creating journal entries, classifying transactions, and formatting data for reports.